The New York Jets made a flurry of roster moves ahead of the Miami Dolphins game this week. We're going to catch you all up. Boy Green Daily starts right bleeping now on a Wednesday.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets. We're built for this shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you guys like the video heading on in here on YouTube. We appreciate it. Also, shout out to Facebook. We stream live over there as well, at BoyGreen25. Twitter, at BoyGreen25. We share live there. And the audio-only version as well. And for the people that rewatch YouTube. So many different ways to consume Boy Green Daily. Appreciate you guys taking the time to do so here on the program. Let's start it off with a bang, baby. MFC gifting a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Yes. Alrighty, that membership went to Drupa Cabra. You are now a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club. That is our YouTube membership group. Only $2.99 a month. It's a lot of fun, folks. And MFC, you picked yourself up another raffle ticket for our contest. Every month, if you're new to the channel, we do giveaways here. And you have a chance to win a lot of cool stuff. And raffle tickets are only $3 a piece, baby. You can't beat it. And plus, if you're a Boy Green Coffee Club member, of course, you get all the perks of being in the Boy Green Coffee Club, which is early access to videos, loyalty badge, and all that jazz. This month's raffle will feature this, a Nick Mangold tribute shirt from the New York Jets, a True Jet 74, with 100% of the proceeds going to the National Kidney Foundation. So a wonderful job here by the New York Jets. Purchase this shirt for you guys. So remember our legend, Nick Mangold, forever, with his backwards cap, aviator's beard, and burly locks. All that and more is part of our giveaway. We'll have the full raffle giveaway details in due time. I'm waiting for some of my new stuff to arrive, to include in said raffle. There'll be a Nick Mangold and Santa holiday theme. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Shout out to MFC for that. Let's get into it. Like I said, there was a flurry of roster moves made by the New York Jets. So let's catch you guys all up together. I'll say the one that sort of surprised me and caught me off guard a little bit was the Jets waived veteran defensive tackle Byron Cowart. Now, that's not a name we've said on this program in many months because the Jets signed him in free agency. He was supposed to be sort of the solution at defensive tackle. The Jets added a lot of guys that we had no idea who the hell they were. Jay Tufele, Byron Cowart. There's just a lot of names that were like, ooh, who are these people? Are these people going to be able to solve this problem? And Byron Cowart, through our training camp, was operating as a starter next to Quinnen Williams. We're like, all right, I guess this is the guy. And then right before the season, we're getting to final 53-man roster cuts. We're all making guesses. Oh, is it this guy? Is it this guy? And Byron Cowart was placed on IR before those roster cuts, which meant he was out for the season unless he and the Jets reached an injury settlement later at that point. And so it's kind of like, wow, what happened there? That's weird. They didn't report like he was going to be out for the season, so that's bizarre. And so, long story short, he's just been behind the scenes. We haven't been getting a lot of Byron Cowart content naturally. And just randomly yesterday, the Jets waived him from their injured reserve, which means he should be allowed to sign with any team and go land somewhere if he'd like. The Jets just removed him. Now, there's no corresponding roster move with Byron Cowart because he was on IR and now he's not on IR. So it's just salutations to the Byron Cowart era that existed for the Jets for a couple of months, and he never played for the team. So salute to Byron Cowart there. So he's gone. So. But the moves that did require corresponding roster moves was this. The Jets signed Samuel Womack. He is a former 49ers draft choice, played for them in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. So he's there for 2 seasons. He got cut, was claimed off of waivers by Indianapolis, spent a year there, was cut again by final roster cuts just a handful of months ago in late August, and was claimed off waivers by the Tennessee Titans. And he started a game for him this season, appeared in 5 games and started one of them. So Samuel Womack is the latest addition to the Jets. He gets signed to the practice squad. Well, the Jets have too many players in the practice squad. They now got to cut a guy from the practice squad, Brandon Smith, our good old buddy, our preseason hero, Brandon Smith. He got dumped again. He's been sort of on and off the roster for many years, but Brandon Smith, Gonzo, Samuel Womack now gets added to the mix. It's a good question. MFC immediately asks, how many DBs do we need, for God's sakes? I have no idea. The Jets continue to churn that part of the roster, which is sort of fascinating. But here's the interesting nugget for me with all this. And Samuel Womack is an interesting player here. I got some of his particular numbers, Here they are. Let's see. He has appeared in 45 games in his career. He's made 10 starts. He has 66 tackles, 12 pass deflections, 3 interceptions. Hey, interceptions, what are those? A forced fumble recovery, and a tackle for loss. So he's had solid numbers. But I think the sort of funny thing for me, and I posted about this on Twitter, but so in the middle of the season, like a couple of months ago, the Jets trade for Jarvis Brownlee Jr., one of the starting corners for the Tennessee Titans. They trade for him. And all it is a pick swap. Instead of picking in the 6th, they're picking in the 7th. And we picked up this 24-year-old starting corner that his cap charge for next year is $1.1 million. What a steal by the Jets. And he's been terrific. So there's been some bugaboos with penalties, but for the most part, he's been awesome. So we have Jarvis Brownlee Jr., who we trade from the Titans. That's one of their starting corners. Samuel Womack is now another starting corner from the Titans that the Jets are adding. They just have an affinity for acquiring former Tennessee Titans starting cornerbacks like Infinity Stones for Thanos. It's been sort of weird. Like, is Darren Muji just trolling the Titans at this point? What's going on? I don't know. But interesting nonetheless. So Womack will start on the practice squad. We'll see if he gets a chance somewhere else. But interesting. Again, I like that Darren Muji is never satisfied. He's never complacent. He's always churning that bottom of the roster and seeing what he can get. By the way, I heard Dave Brigger right yesterday. He was asking about the snow situation. We had about 6 or 7 inches here, something like that outside. So when I opened the door, I was like, whoa, we had a lot of snow. Well, a lot, I guess, is relative. We, for those who don't know, right, like, you know that I live in Oswego, but like, I'd be surprised if most of you knew where or what Oswego was before I ever said it on the show. I imagine it would have just been a random city to you. But if you Google this, Oswego, which is in New York, is one of the snowiest places on planet Earth. Believe it or not. We're right off Lake Ontario, so we get lake effect snow. So we get any normal snow that happens in New York, and we get an additional amount of snow from lake effect snow. So it's one of the snowiest places ever. So 6 inches, I guess, it's relative to where you are, but we normally get a ton of snow. So that's inevitably coming. There's no question about it. Oswego is the worst for snow. Yeah, for those who don't know, it is absolutely terrible for snow. In my new life right now, at least at this point of the season, this is my first time working from home during this time. Normally, I'm driving throughout this. So I'm very happy to not be driving throughout all that mess out there. And I saw all the car accidents out there. So no, thank you. No, thank you. All right. I see a couple of MFC says Jets practice squad consists of 15 DBs and Brady Cook. That's basically it. Yeah. That's basically it. Is that? So there's another nice comment. There it is from Milan. Brandon Smith was never given a chance. Hope he performs well elsewhere. I hope so too. He's a good kid. Maybe the Jets are doing some roster finagling. They've done this a few times where they release a guy, and because Brandon Smith is a vested veteran, they can release him and immediately bring him back for how long he's been in the league. So the Jets could just be reshuffling some things, and then they're going to cut somebody else and bring Brandon Smith back. And maybe it's just that roster gymnastics you see in the National Football League. So maybe that's what happens, or maybe he's really gone. I don't know. But I like Brandon Smith a lot. To be honest, I'd rather see him out there than Allen Lazard. Now, Allen Lazard had a big catch in the Falcons game on a pass that wasn't even intended to him. It just got deflected up in the air by Tyrod Taylor, and then Allen caught it on a key third down play. So he made a good catch, but again, Allen Lazard is not going to be here next year, so I'd rather be seeing a Brandon Smith, or we could churn through the practice squad roster and see other young names. I would just be rather getting the ball. Now, we didn't talk about this, and there's nothing to talk about here, speaking of wide receivers, but I wrote a piece about it on Sunday, like, whoa, that's a surprise. For those who don't know, 90 minutes before kickoff, you have to announce your inactive list. So every NFL team is 53 men on the active roster, 53 players. And then there is, what would that be? 5 of them, right? So you have a 48 active game day roster. So 5 players on a week-to-week basis are deemed inactive, which means they're not going to play. Sometimes they're just injured players, right? Like when Garrett Wilson was hurt, we're like, he's inactive. Okay, well, he wasn't going to play anyway, so that's one of your inactives. But sometimes you make a healthy scratch, a player that is healthy to play, but you're like, hey, we're good. No, thanks. And of note was Arian Smith, the rookie wide receiver out of Georgia. He was a healthy scratch on Sunday, and you're like, oh, shit, that can't be good. Like, Alan Lazard had a neck injury on Saturday, and you're like, well, he's going to probably be inactive, right? No, the Jets played a injured Alan Lazard with a neck injury over Arian Smith, and you're like, oh, boy, that doesn't sound good at all. And apparently, Aaron Glenn sort of intimated that it was a disciplinary situation. He just said, like, we're going to keep that in house on why Arian Smith did not play, but we still love the guy. Like, it felt very disciplinary action vibe. That's what Rich Cimini also speculated when we heard that from AG. So we'll see if that's a one-game timeout for Arian or what, because I'd like to use the rest of the season to evaluate him too. I mean, Adonai Mitchell, that was great. He had a 100-yard game, his first touchdown of his career. That was exciting. John Mitchell III, uncharacteristically bad game, but he had been pretty good for the Jets last couple of games. And I thought Arian Smith would be that third young wide receiver in the group that we're sort of evaluating. And strangely, he was a healthy scratch. So it looked like maybe a discipline situation, but no one's been able to uncover whatever it was. Is it a missed meeting? I don't know. I'm just randomly speculating, so I'm not sure. But apparently it was discipline for Arian Smith, which, to be honest, it makes me feel a little bit better that there was a reason for his inactive status. If he was just inactive because they didn't give a bleep, like, that would be more concerning. So hopefully the discipline wasn't, like it was something like a missed meeting or something. Hopefully it wasn't something much more serious. So hopefully we see Arian Smith back this week against the Dolphins. I'd like to see what the kid has. But boy, maybe he's just going to be a lost draft pick. We've had a lot of those former 4th-round picks be nothing burgers. So that could totally be the case. That could totally be the case. Yeah, let me actually pull up the Jets practice squad. Let's get a gander here. Who we have in the Jets practice squad currently? Let's take a gander. Is it just a million DBs and Brady Cook? It could be. Let me go. Let me go to the bottom of the New York Jets roster where the practice squad lives. Let's see. Who do we got on this list? Okay, and by the way, Irv Charles just never came back. Is he dead? Like, what the hell? Like, what happened there? Like, Irv Charles was supposed to come back a while ago and just never came back. He tore his ACL in like November or December of the 2024 season, and now he's just not coming back, I guess. I mean, it's fine. We have great gunners, but that's sort of weird how that situation. So I guess his recovery from an ACL did not go well, apparently. But here's the practice squad. There are a lot of DBs on here. Trey Brown's in this group. Jordan Clark. He was brought up. I don't think he ended up playing a snap. A lot of people thought he could have started in the slot corner for Jarvis Brownlee Jr. I did not see that on the snap count sheet unless I missed him. So Jordan Clark, son of Ryan Clark. Samuel Womack III. Sorry, Samuel. I didn't know you were a third, but much respect. Nick Needham. He's another defensive back. They have 4 defensive backs here on the roster. 4 of them. Interesting. They've got Pascal Ikiji. That's the pass rusher, part of the International Pathway Program. Fatorma Moba, defensive lineman, West Virginia. Eric Watts, defensive lineman, UConn. Peyton Page, the Clemson kid. We got Liam Fornadell. He's an offensive lineman. He's bounced around, was with the Patriots. Marquise Hayes. I thought for sure he would have been stolen off our practice squad, but no, has not happened. Jackson Sermon, a linebacker. Cole Laval, my boy. Shout out to Cole. Brady Cook. You have Jarius Monroe, who was on the team at the back end of last year. They had Trenton Irwin forever. He has not seen the light of day, but he's a receiver the Jets have been sort of working with. Jamal Pritchett, speaking of a guy we haven't seen. Now, it's hard to blame the Jets because Isaiah Williams and Canadian Guano have been great, but we never got to see Jamal Pritchett, who was sort of a fun story in the offseason, but we've seen nothing from him. And then Quentin Skinner. That is your guys. there for the New York Jets in the practice squad. So it's sort of an interesting group. Let's see. I see we're getting a membership, baby. Our number one Austrian Jet fan. Let's go. Oh, our number one Austrian Jet fan. That's now your second raffle ticket of the month, my friend. Appreciate it again. Folks, if you're new to the channel, this will be part of the giveaway. We're also doing a Santa-themed Christmas sort of special that I think you guys will appreciate. So it'll be some Santa Christmas stuff along with this raffle as well. But the main piece of this puzzle will be that beautiful Nick Mangold tribute shirt. If you guys want a chance to win this, all you have to do is spend $3 on the channel. It's a beautiful shirt, and we'll ship it right to you on January 1st, once we right around the holidays when we learn whoever the winner of this raffle is. So you guys can submit raffle tickets all month long throughout the entire month of December. And again, salute to 74, a true Jet, and one of my favorite Jets of all time. So that'd be great. Shout out to our number one Austrian Jet fan, though, baby. Excellent. That membership, by the way, went to, let me catch up on that. That membership went to, we got more memberships coming in. I'll address those here in just a moment. Tyler Hallenbeck. Tyler Hallenbeck, you're now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to our boy. Thank you, our number one Austrian Jet fan who's jumping into the mix, tied with a bunch of people with another raffle ticket, including MFC. So very nice. Love it. Oh, yeah. My main squeeze, our number one Austrian Jet fan. Thank you so much for your contributions so far this month. And I see we're having more people jump into the mix as well. Let's freaking go. So we got our number one Austrian Jet fan. And look at NC Green jumping into the mix. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Here we go. That membership, by the way, went to Dominic D'Angelo. Dominic D'Angelo. You're now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to NC Green, who's officially on the board, baby. Love it. Guys, if you're interested, hit that money sign on YouTube. Channel, gift channel membership, super stickers, super chats. All is available here on the program. Appreciate you guys. Let's get through some of your other comments here. What's up to Still the Real AD? Paul Boy, what's up? Good to see you, pal. Thanks for jumping in on the chat. Salute. Fair question from Taylor Sterling. Why do we pick up Woods? He's referencing Jelani Woods, the 6'7" tight end from the Colts. Very intriguing player, but he's only been active maybe 1 or 2 games this season, and he didn't get any targets or anything. I don't even know how much playing time he even got in those games in which he was active. So, yeah, bizarre. I'm not sure. Like, I love Mason Taylor, obviously. Jeremy Ruckert's been okay. But I thought you would at least, like, let's crack that egg and see what's in it for Jelani Woods. There's a lot of talent around him. And when healthy, he's proven to be kind of a guy. So, weird. I don't know, Taylor. That's a very good question. I don't know what the hell happened to Jelani Woods. Taylor Stark, why did we sign Stone Smart? Did you see him put Abdul Carter down into the Earth's crust? That's why. Totally worth it just for that in the preseason. I'm putting Abdul Carter on his ass. Yeah, that was totally worth it. So salute to Stone Smart. I'm all about it. Dave Burger says, I want to see Quentin Skinner. Yeah, Quentin Skinner would be a fun one too. Shout out to Quentin. He helped me with a big piece. He was part of Justin Fields' group that he flew down to Florida. Fort Lauderdale in the summer between training camp and mandatory minicamp, and I got to do an interview with Quentin Skinner, and that was great. So shout out to Quentin. I'd love to see him. That'd be great. Yeah, he's a bigger guy, 6'4" or so. Yeah, that'd be terrific. Number one Austrian Jet fan says it. Suplex that like button. German suplex it. Also, shout out to our friends over at Homage, the greatest combo ever, baby. The Simpsons. Da, 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 da. There you go. New York Jets, Bart Simpson, my man. So shout out to Homage for the fresh new gear. That is always in the YouTube description down below. It's a final link down there. Go ahead and check it out. Shout out to the Bart Simpson Jet shirt. Thank you, Homage, for that. But yeah, suplex that like button, baby. We got 200 people in the room, including over 100 on YouTube. Let's check over on the old YouTube here. Let me see how many likes we got on this video. Let me see how many likes we currently have. Let me take a quick gander with my bifocals. What the hell? 38 likes, but over 100 people in the room. Don't be stingy with your likes. It's a holiday season. You guys should be in the gifting mood, for goodness sake. That's a free way to contribute to the show. I appreciate the people that send in super chats so you get involved in our raffles. But if you just enjoy the show and you don't have the financial contributions to help out the program, that's okay. What you can do is make sure you like the video. Make that a part of your routine. Every time you come in, hit that like button. We want to keep growing the channel, and that's the way to do it. I love all the people we have on the channel, but let's keep expanding the Boy Green family. We are family. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about. Just make sure you guys do that. Oh, yeah, mock draft season. I'm sure we'll get into that. Troy Sturgis. Let's get some questions in here. How much interest is Brees going to get in free agency? And do you think we will re-up or do you think we will maybe get involved in a bidding war? I see. Should we negotiate his contract before the end of the year? A lot of interesting questions. How much interest is Brees going to get in free agency? I imagine a lot. Now, a lot's relative. I don't think he's getting $20 million per year, but I think a lot of teams are going to be interested. He's young. He's 24 years old. He's going to get a lot of attention if he's able to reach the unrestricted, unfeathered free agency where he can talk to anybody. I think he would have significant interest. Do you think we sort of get involved in a bidding war? I mean, this is why personally for me, I franchise tag him. And while it's a $14 million number, sure, the Jets have plenty of money. I'd franchise tag him. I'd make sure that we have an exclusive negotiating window. And Brees doesn't want to be on the franchise tag. The Jets don't want to use the franchise tag on Brees because it's $14 million. And I imagine Brees is not going to get a contract that pays him that much. And when you franchise tag someone, it's a one big, large number. So if they franchise tag him, that $14 million and change is automatically off the books immediately on your cap. Now, that shouldn't affect the Jets because they have a lot of money, but still, teams don't like having that big of a price tag on any player, let alone a running back. So both sides would be intrinsically motivated to try to correct the franchise tag. So it would make sure that Brees can't leave for nothing. It would allow Brees and his team to negotiate with the Jets and try to find a long-term deal. So he gets long-term security, and the Jets don't want to pay him $14 million in 2025, I imagine, or 2026, I imagine, excuse me. So if you can negotiate a long-term deal, you can split up the money however you want. You could pay him $3 million this year on the books, or $10 million this year, or $7 million, or whatever. But you have no flexibility when you use a franchise tag from that perspective. So I think he will have interest. He's 24 years of age. And we'll see how he finishes off the year. He's like, I'm going to write a piece about it, I'm sure, but he's somewhere in the ballpark. He has to have 33 yards rushing each game the rest of the season through the final 5 games, and he will get to over 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. He's like a $140 away or something, which, I mean, we've seen Brees Hall get that in a single game before, so maybe he's just going to have a crazy-ass game and do it, but that's certainly possible. Let's see. Alon says, Arian Smith and Tyler Barron were 2 brutal picks. Anyone and everyone knew we way overdrafted Smith. Yeah, he was considered a 6th or 7th round pick. The Jets took him in the 4th round at the beginning of the 4th round, 1/10 overall. Tyler Barron was awful. The Jets traded up for him too, and that just didn't work out. Now, it's fair to say these things, Alon. You're right. Arian has proven nothing so far, and Tyler Barron has been an absolute non-factor. I think I can only remember one play where he did something. It was a tackle for loss, and he blew up like either a jet sweep or something lateral. And I remember seeing 94. I'm like, well, there he is. But that's all I remember. So it hasn't been all wins. It's been pretty good. So Armand Membu's been a stud in the 1st round. That looks great. 2nd round, Mason Taylor's been really good. Azaria Thomas has worked his way into a starting role, and he's been solid. Who else do we have in there? Let me see. Let's go Jets draft. I know we have Francisco Mauigoa, but he was a 5th round pick. I'm trying to see who else did I forget there? Let's see. Arian Smith. We just talked about him, obviously. So we have Arian Smith, and I forgot Malachi was 4th round because they traded up for him. So let's go through him. So Armand Membu's been a stud. He's great. Mason Taylor's been solid. He's good. Azaria Thomas has been solid. That's nice. Arian Smith has been a complete non-factor. Malachi Moore's been a starter for most of the season, so there's been some upset there. Francisco Mauigoa has been getting a lot of playing time. Tyler Barron has been a non-factor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2 of the 7 have been absolute nothing burgers, but the rest of them, all right. Especially Armand Membu getting the offensive line unlocked. Very nice job by old Mooch, the old Moochie. Vegas Nick says, I've not understood playing Lazard for years. Yeah, in general, but specifically this season, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't even understand why Alan Lazard took the pay cut. Like, did he just not think anyone else was going to pay him? Did he really want to be a Jet? Like, he had given since being signed and Aaron Rodgers' Achilles exploding, Lazard has shown absolutely zero interest in being a Jet. So that one caught me off guard. I'm going to be honest. Like, yeah, that's weird that he didn't get traded at the deadline. They didn't move him somewhere. It's just very strange. Very strange. By the way, speaking of Lazard and all that other stuff, there's all those rumors from Mike Florio that Lazard is going to get traded to the Steelers. He never did. And now you're seeing Aaron Rodgers throwing some teammates under the bus. Have we seen that story before? I don't want to dive into the Aaron Rodgers thing, but and I did have a hot take before the season. We'll see if it ends up being true. I said not only will Aaron Rodgers deliver Mike Tomlin's first sub-500 season, but they will additionally miss the playoffs. So two things is they will miss the playoffs, and they, as a team, would finish below 500. So we'll see if that hot take, was that actually the right temperature? Possibly. Let's keep an eye on that. Yeah, there's our boy Iowa Jet saying Steelers players disengage. Welcome to the wonderful world of AR. Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers said people for film study have to show up and hey, I don't know about the effort. And then Cam Hayward, one of the leaders of the Steelers, was asked about Aaron Rodgers' comments, and he went, "Ask Aaron." I'm not going to provide any commentary. Ask Aaron about it. So, it's getting a little spicy there in Pittsburgh. Which, hey, different strokes, different folks. I think, to be honest, none of you asked this, but if we switch the quarterback, because there was a bunch of Jet fans that want Aaron Rodgers back. If we switch it out, Justin out, Aaron back. Let's say we kept Aaron. What would our record be right now? So we're 3-9 right now. What are we? 5-7, maybe? 4-8? I don't know. I'd give you a couple of games, maybe, but so we're just worse off. We're just in purgatory. So to be honest, I think the Jets made the right decision. I said it then. I say it now. Yeah. But anywho, Dave Brigger, what was Brownlee's problem last week? He had a hip injury late in the week. Dave, he was a full participant. I got to work on my speech. This guy who talks for a living on a podcast. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. was a full participant in practice on Wednesday. Full participant on Thursday. Friday, popped up on the injury report with a hip. He was initially diagnosed as questionable. Then it went to doubtful on Saturday and did not play. So Brownlee with a hip issue. Hopefully that's okay. We'll hear from AG later today, so we should get an update on that. Let me go back to the comment section, and then we'll open up the phone lines here in a little bit. Alon says, I wanted Jalen Royals. He also went in the fourth round. He got hurt early. Was never able to see the field. I think he'll be a fixture in 2026 and beyond. Was fantastic in the preseason. Also like the Stanford kid on Tennessee. Yeah, there's a couple of players that were sort of interesting in that range. I think that, personally, I don't know if this is really true. I think the Jets got duped twice by the Buffalo Bills. Maybe, I don't know if it was really twice, but it was at least once. The Bills traded up in front of the Jets twice to take a defensive tackle. They took T.J. Sanders in the second round. I think the Jets were probably always taking Mason Taylor, so that one I put aside. But in the fourth round, the Bills traded ahead of the Jets and took Deion Walker, the former first-round talent at pick 109. I think that totally fucked the Jets, and then they went Arian Smith. Aaron Smith is a guy they liked, and I think they wanted to take later. But when Deion Walker suddenly was off the board, I think that was a defensive tackle they would have taken. I think that's where they're like, son of a bitch. All right, we'll take Aaron Smith. I think that one's true. Second round, I think they probably would have taken Mason Taylor. They seem pretty high on him. But Deion Walker, I think, is the one that messed him up in the fourth round, where the Bills caught the Jets with their pants down. I do believe that. Good morning to our guy, AntJets82. Good morning. Good to see you, pal. Dave Briga. One big question I have with Aaron Glenn is his use or misuse of the complete roster. Many have not been given an opportunity in the rebuild. I think there's still time left, but I think he's done a pretty good job. The offensive line has been great. Breece Hall and Isaiah, maybe you could fight for more Isaiah Davis reps, although Breece Hall's been playing terrific, so it's hard to blame him there. You could mention, like I said, some of the receivers on the bottom end of the roster, like Arian Smith, get more ops. could make that argument. Jelani Woods, we just talked about earlier. But maybe they know more than us, and there's nothing to see. So maybe we could give them the benefit of the doubt there. I'm trying to think of anyone else that's like being held hostage or we're not getting to see him. No names stick out to me, but you guys can go ahead and throw that over. Alon saying, hey, BG, F the Knicks. Thank you, Celtics. I have no comment on that for the foreseeable future. Scotty totally disappeared. I don't know where the hell Scotty Mayhem is, but yeah, I've got a bet to uphold for a couple more months. Indy, can we Vernon Golston the like button and bust it? Oh, Vernon. I wonder what Vernon's up to. Austrian, which defensive tackle was released? Byron Cowart. Byron Cowart was the defensive tackle release. Again, it's nothing much. He was on IR, so he couldn't play for the Jets this year anyway. But I believe this will open up the door for Cowart to now play for another team if he wants to. NC Green says, why not a non-exclusive franchise tag for Brees? So here you go. Let's get back into this. I like breaking down the rules here. Franchise tag. 1 second. We shout out to ESPN. So there's 3 different types of tags you can use for folks out in the audience. 3 different types. There's the exclusive franchise tag, the non-exclusive franchise tag, and the transition tag. Here's how they all work. Okay. So non-exclusive tag, this tag allows the player to sign an offer sheet with another team. The original team has the right to match the offer or receive 2 first-round picks and compensation. You have the exclusive tag. That completely binds the player. So again, you use that. No team can negotiate it with him. He's yours unless you tag and trade him. Or a transition tag. This works like the non-exclusive franchise tag, except it gives the team a right to match. So, okay, if the Jets transition tag Brees Hall, which let me get the projected numbers up too. So I'm speaking not out of my tuchus here. Projected franchise tag numbers for 2026 and the transition tag and all that. So, okay. The transition tag, this is all it does. The transition tag is, hey, you could sign an offer sheet with anyone you want. However, the Jets can match any offer. If the Jets choose not to match an offer, they get nothing. No comp pick, no chance of that, no zero, zip, and bip. Now, the perk of the transition tag is it's less expensive. So the transition tag price projected for 2026 is $11 million. You're like, ooh, nice deal. The franchise tag number is $14 million. All right. So there's about a $3 million gap. It's a little less than it's about 2.5, but there's a $3 million gap between franchise tag number and transition tag number. So you could save $3 million, but you could also lose Brees for nothing. So that's it. So why not use the non-exclusive franchise tag? Well, I wouldn't use it because no team in their right mind is going to sign him and give up 2 first-round picks. So I just sort of remove that one from the landscape. So to me, I don't see the benefit of that personally. I think you're either gonna, because like you would do that for a player that you think like you want, but you're like, if someone gave me 2 first-round picks, I'd take it. Like no one's giving up. The Jets wanted a 3rd-round pick, and that in the non-exclusive world would be 2 firsts. No one's giving up that, so he's not going to get an offer sheet. So it's the equivalent to me. The non-exclusive is the equivalent of the exclusive because no team would sign him. In exclusive, he can't talk to anyone. Non-exclusive, he can talk to someone, but the 2 first-round picks, no one's ever going to give up. So it works in the same fashion. That's basically how I sort of assess that situation. So I think the real conversation is exclusive or transition. That's how I view the Jets' decision making. I put non-exclusive aside because again, no team's going to do it, so it ends up working out the same. Because if no one's going to talk to him anyway, then you might as well exclusive him. I don't see the benefit of that, but I'm open to conversation. People disagree. So yeah, that's how I'd handle it personally. Transition, I don't think it's worth it to play around with $2.5 million because now the Jets have plenty of cap space, so maybe there's not a way to poison pill. But man, NFL teams are smart, man. And if the Jets have to match, which is the transition tag, right? So they have the choice to match or not match if they go in that direction. Now the benefit is you could save about $2.5 million if you're able to successfully transition Brees Hall through that process without him getting an offer sheet that puts you in a bind. But maybe someone's going to create some funky ass language in a contract that would make it very difficult for the Jets to accept that or match the offer sheet. That's where I think he could get into some trouble. So personally, $2.5 million. Who gives a shit? I'm not that's not making or breaking me. So I think I'm just going exclusive personally. But hey, maybe there's an argument. Maybe they're going to penny pinch and find it out. But yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, I thought it was a good draft too. Taylor Sterling says we got a player in the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and had a bust in the fourth and fifth. Good draft. Yeah, not bad. I like the group. Iowa Jets. I wish Braylon wasn't hurt. Whether you believe it or not, he is missed and would be a productive player. Probably would be. Yeah. And who knows if Brees Hall's still on this team, if Braylon would have been healthy at the trade deadline, or the Jets more movable in their price. Maybe. But we don't know because they weren't going to leave it to Isaiah Davis and a bunch of randos back there. So, yeah. Okay, I'm seeing everything here. Alon says, I want my quarterback in 2027. Hennessy Heisman says Ty Simpson will be our guy. Still the real ID says 3 number ones for Burrow. LOL, no way. I would 3 number ones? I might do 3 number ones. Not 5 or 4, but 3 or 2 and change? Like, can we negotiate? Joe freaking Burrow? I'd be tempted. It's Joe freaking Burrow, man. Yeah, he's pretty good. Dave Briga, raise your hand if you feel bad for the Steelers. Hopefully they continue losing. Yeah, I don't feel bad for them at all. Absolutely not. And the Steelers just have annoyed me throughout Jets history, and a few times that they got us with O'Brien, AFC Championship game. Like, yeah, I don't have any love for the Steelers. So, yeah, Cincinnati probably doesn't take any crazy Joe Burrow offer anyway. Hennessy Heisman. Don't forget, we won 5 games with Rodgers with the same roster. That's true. Yep. That is true. Got a couple more comments in here, then we'll open up the phone lines here in the program. Let me see. Ooh, that's a hotter take than I had. Rodgers will get Tomlin fired. I didn't quite put that out into the universe, but shout out to you, Hennessy Heisman. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, Tomlin, again, maybe it's old face, new place. Say, Andy Reid had a lot of success leaving Philadelphia and landing with the Chiefs, so who knows? Troy Sturridge's right. That'd be a Joe Burrow type tag with a 2 first, or Lamar Jackson, who had that too. Hennessy says 3-year deal, $36 million for Brees. Sign me up. I'm in. I'd do that right now. I would do that right now. NC Green says 3-year, $39 million, $25 million guaranteed. $13 million. That's a little rich, especially considering Kyron Williams only got $11 million per year, and Kyron's been more productive as a pure runner. But the market changes every year, so maybe we could get there. M123XYZ. Sorry, franchise tag and exclusive are the same. So yes, there's 3 types of franchise tag: exclusive, non-exclusive, and transition. Those are the 3 types of franchise tags you're allowed to use. And again, to explain them one more time, non-exclusive means that you tag the player, they're allowed to talk to other teams, and if they sign an offer sheet with another team, the original team, the Jets, would have 2 choices: match the offer, and then Brees stays a Jet, or no, we're good. And then they receive 2 first-round picks from that team as compensation. So it's non-exclusive. The exclusive, you tag him, he can't talk to anybody. You just control his rights. And then transition tag is it works like the non-exclusive, which I just talked about, where he can sign with another team, but you don't get first-round picks if he leaves. You can match the offer. That's what the transition tag allows you to do. But if you don't match the offer, like, I'm making this up, the Steelers sign him to a 3-year deal for $36 million, and the Jets match it, he stays a Jet. They don't match it on the transition tag, he leaves, and you get nothing. You remove even the comp pick potential if you transition tag him. So yes, so again, three franchise tags, non-exclusive, exclusive, and transition. That's how they work. And again, the money varies. Transition tag is like $11.4 million projected for next year. True straight up franchise tag number is about $14.1 million and change. Yes. See, there you go. Math teachers using some of that on the show. Yeah, again, I doubt that we're going to get Joe Burrow, but you never know. Indy Jets, IKNM Kempale, that like button and break it. Jesus. It's just the Geno Smith stuff. You get very creative, Uncle Indy, so thank you for that. Hennessy says, I wouldn't go higher than 12 million for Brees. I think 12 million, if that's where it ended up, would be super fair. I think anything above that, we're getting into some. Now we're getting crazy. All right, let's do this, folks. We got 300 people in the room. Appreciate it. Again, of the 300 people, over 100 of those are on YouTube, which we appreciate. Thank you. That's the best way to watch this show and to consume it. And like I said, that's how I put bacon on the table for my family. So let's go. Make sure you guys hit that friggin' like button. We have 50 likes, but over 100 people in the room. 50 of you are simply watching the show and just you have your feet kicked up on the couch. Hit that like button. It is free to do. And that's the best way to contribute to this program in a free form. All right, let's do this. We'll hear a half timeout. We'll take your phone calls next here on BGD.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Talking Jets football, man. Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone, J-E-T-S, Jets. Boy Green, bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green, bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go!
Let's go, baby! I'm Paul Edgerton Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. Welcome to Boy Green Daily. If you're just joining us here on the program, I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. This is a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Shout out to people on the replay, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're consuming the show. We appreciate that. Thank you. We just celebrated 5 years here on YouTube in September, so it's been a real treat and a half. But I've been doing Jets podcasting for the last 15-ish years, which has been a lot of fun. And hey, we love this team, and somehow we find something to talk about every single day. Blessed be he. Let's go to the phone lines. Why don't we start off with EZ today? EZ.
Blessed be.
Quite.
This is kind of a chill out moment. I don't know. They're going to be wearing their wacky tobacco uniforms on Sunday.
Let me see. I think we have a few of these images. Yeah, these wacky rivalry uniforms is apparently what we're going to see here on the program.
Actually, this morning I was watching one of those EA Sports simulations on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I put it on my TV screen. When you look at the uniforms with the whole team wearing them, they're kind of like the whole theme of the uniform is Gotham, like Batman.
Yes.
And if you go with that, it fits perfectly.
Yeah, Gotham City football.
Like the Dark Knight, the dark greens and the black and the gray.
Sure.
It kind of fits what Gotham City.
Right. And they have the manhole covers on the shoulder panel. So there you go.
What do you call it? The diamond plate.
Yes, there you are. Right. Here it is, folks. This is just a general shot of it. It isn't a close-up. I'll get you guys a close-up shot in a second. But you see the unique sort of font for the jersey numbers and that, again, that Gotham City grime, that alleyway streets. So you do have a little bit of that effect, for sure.
And I'm usually not into the goofy number fonts, but those aren't too bad. Those are not bad. It's not a bad uniform. I mean, I would never want to see that as their everydays, but once in a while I could deal with that. Quite frankly, my favorite uniform that they wear of a throwback were the Titans, the blue and gold.
100%.
I thought those were awesome. I really did. Those old Titan uniforms. Yeah. They were kind of cool.
I hope they go back to it. Yeah, I did too.
I'd like to see them do them, once a year too, because I thought they were badass. They look great.
Right.
They really do.
I do
If
too.
you want to talk a true throwback, that's the
Yeah.
true throwback. That's the
Mhm.
1960, 61, 62 uniform.
Yeah, 100%. And I know a lot of Jet fans are like, no, we're green and white. Like, if you respect history, we were blue and gold. The New York Titans was first. That was before the Jets. So show some
And
respect to history, for God's sakes.
and it was a nice color blue. It wasn't too deep.
No,
It was
yeah.
it was not a deep navy. It still had a little bit of color to it, and
Sure.
the gold digits looked nice.
Yeah.
They were nice uniforms. I
Yes.
enjoyed them. They even
So-
look good with the whites.
Very
Even the
good.
white
The
throwbacks
AFL
will look
throwbacks,
good.
yes. Which I have a version of that. I haven't worn that in a while, but I have to wear that for one of these game day shows. I have the white version, and obviously I wore the Brett Favre version this past Sunday. But yeah, I'll have to try to throw out the AFL throwback one. That one's very beautiful. There's a very clean look to that one.
But my favorite ones were the Curtis Martin ones.
Yeah.
Where they had, because I don't like the way they have the stripes coming down and then the jersey like shoots out into it. I never liked that. I liked more like when Vinny Testaverde and Curtis Martin were on the team, where the stripes hung the right way. Because if you looked at it just the right way, the stripes were on the corner point of the shoulder pads, and then it came white down here with the numbers on the green jersey. I thought it just really looked good. That was one of their best looking jerseys.
Okay, let me see if I have the right one up here for you from the old Curtis Martin days, which salute to old Curtis Martin there.
I think the big shoulder pads helped make that look because
Oh,
of the
yeah,
two-tone
sure.
with the shoulders.
Yeah, that I think that certainly helped. Here it is. The Curtis, this is a Curtis Martin one that we have here. We're throwing up here on the old screen. Here it is from Curtis. This one. Was this one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Old 2-8. Love Curtis.
Those are great, man. I'm just
Yeah,
actually
those
the
big ass
uniform
shoulder
before-
pads. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, actually the uniforms they had before that, those are already modified, where you can see where the stripe doesn't come all the way down. The white stripe doesn't come. I'm talking about the ones where the white stripes came all the way down and around.
Oh,
Just
I see what you're
before
saying.
they moderned it out there. Yeah. Hold on a second. I'll be
yeah.
right there.
Yeah, okay.
It just did so much more for the uniform. All these modern uniforms now where they cut the shirts off and everything. Like if you look back to the original Gastineau and Klecko uniforms, they had sleeves with thicker stripes on the sleeves.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
true.
they just got rid of them because the players used to grab onto it.
Yeah, I
But
guess. Yeah, I don't know.
But I loved that look. And the one thing about the modern uniforms I cannot stand.
Yeah.
And like 15, 20 years ago, every one of those players would have gotten fined by the fashion police. They have those white shirts sticking out. They don't have their shirts tucked in nice.
Tuck it
I
in,
cannot
man. Come on.
stand that.
Yeah.
I mean, or if they're not going to tuck it in, at least wear the color matching jersey undershirts.
Right.
So if it's going to hang out, it just looks weird. I hate when they wear like if they wear their green shirts and their green pants, and then they have the white t-shirts just coming out. It just looks so just dirty and disheveled.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
call me an old-fashioned guy, but I
Show
like
some
the
respect.
fact when they looked all crisp. And I also, in baseball, I miss not having baseball socks.
Ah, yes.
I loved it in the old days, like with the
Me too.
69 Mets.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the 69 Mets and all those teams from the 60s and early 70s, they had socks. They had those baseball socks. The uniforms looked so cool. And the coolest ones were the Oakland A's, because they had them like they had the dark green with the yellow, and they had those yellow and green socks. Those were badass.
Yeah.
Now they just wear their pants, they just pull them all the way down to their ankles. I just don't like that.
No,
it's to me, it's not a baseball uniform anymore. And having all their underwear hanging out, it's not a football uniform anymore. I mean, they literally used to get fined for not having their shirts tucked in. And go back and look at some of the games from the late 80s, early 90s, how sharp the uniforms looked because everyone had them tucked in. They had the knee pads on, so their pants were pulled down over their knees. The socks came up to their calves. And everything was sharp. Everything was crisp.
Yeah.
It just looked better. It just seems like nobody gives a shit anymore.
And they should, because there's been a few players in history that said you play good, you look good, you play good.
You play good. Yeah.
100%.
I mean, I mean, just could you imagine if the Jets just started doing that, where they just would look more disciplined? It just
Sure.
is a better. It looks more regimented, more
Yeah.
disciplined. Because
Yeah.
football is the ultimate team sport. Everyone has to perform for you to win.
Yeah.
I mean, one guy can't do it. All right, maybe one guy can carry a series, or one guy might be able to carry a game, but one guy cannot carry a season. That just never happens in football.
No. It
And
hasn't
I'm
proven to
probably
be. Yeah.
getting some I'm a weirdo comments and shit like that.
No.
But
No.
but I'm 65. I like I like to see the things. I miss the old days. I miss the old day. I really do, where the defense could play defense.
All
I
right.
mean,
Well,
this is this
let's get your
this
thoughts
is
on
this is
another
not.
jersey. This is a Dave Briga's choice. He says nothing beats the championship '60s jerseys. Are you a fan of
Yeah, I
those?
love those too. I love the Kelly Greens too.
Classic. Yeah. Oh, the
I
Kelly
love
Greens are
them.
good too. Yeah. No.
That is the Kelly Green back then. That's
This
Kelly
one?
Green. Yeah,
I don't know if this one is. This one's Kelly
yeah,
Green.
yeah.
No, I think the
They,
Keyshawn
they were.
Johnson ones were like the Kelly Green. We have that very bright green.
I'm telling you, the old Namath jerseys were Kelly Green.
Wow. Okay. All
I
right.
don't mind. I don't mind the color that it is right now. That's the Gotham green. They kept the same Gotham green, I think, going from the wing jerseys to the ones that they're wearing now. I think they pretty much kept that same color. It
Yeah.
was kind of in between the Packer green that they had for a while and the Kelly green. But the color they have now is nice. It's a nice, colorful, deep green. Oh God, I sound so freaking fashion fag.
No, it's I like the fashionista elements happening here. Like this, from my perspective, again, I'm not
Yeah, you see how the stripes are right on the shoulder,
yeah,
on the corners of the shoulder. I love
yes.
that look.
Yeah, like this is the one that I've always, when people have brought up Kelly
Yeah,
Green, this is the Keyshawn Johnson version that I see in my eyes is Kelly Green. This bright poppy color.
yeah,
Because like this one, this Joe Namath one feels more forest green. Like it's a darker, richer, like whatever. I don't know what other word to use for that one, but yeah.
yeah. It looks muddy. Maybe they were just wet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, this is a live action shot, so
Yeah, and look
yeah,
at the mud. That's a
for
wet
sure.
jersey.
There is mud action going on, but yeah, anytime anyone in Jets history said, "Hey, the Kelly Greens," these are the ones I'm thinking of in my head. This bright, again, color from the '90s, like that's the one that hits me. But
Yeah,
hey,
I like the ones without the black on them.
that's fair.
Like what we went back to. The ones
Yeah.
we have now, those were the originals. I think Parcells had that. Those were the jerseys just before Parcells, and when Parcells took over the team, he's like, "Let's get rid of all this crap. Let's go back to the original championship style jerseys." And that was after the 1-15 season, where they fired
Oh yeah, '96.
Kotite.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was. Let me tell you something. I was like 35 years old, almost
Yeah.
36 years old. Marriage was in shambles. Everyone was driving me nuts. I had a job I hated, and I couldn't even get satisfaction on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, we've all been there, So
And there was one asshole at work who was a Giants fan, and they used to roast me every fucking Monday.
damn. Well, here's the good news, right? That there were talks this season. Oh boy, are we going to go 0-17? And look at it, we have 3 wins now, and hell, with a couple of other games coming up with the Dolphins and the Saints, maybe we could stack a few more of them. So, but there was a fleeting
We could wind up with 6 or
winless.
7 wins.
Maybe.
I could see us easily winning 3 more games.
So, and that's what I'm saying, that there were talk that we'd go winless this year. So, thankfully not. So, thank God.
Well, Vegas was right on the money. They said 5-6 wins.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Isn't it
what the
amazing how
final
those
number
guys
was.
are right on the money every year?
Oh yeah, they know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But it's crazy.
Well, Easy, I want to thank you for all the fashionista action here. That was nice. I appreciate.
Wish I had more football thoughts, but
hey,
Not
when
today.
the Jets do more action, we'll have more football thoughts. But plenty of time for that. Easy, you're the best, baby.
Thank you, man.
There he is, Easy, joining us here on the program. Yes, some good thoughts there. I'm seeing a lot of debating happening in the comment section about this Kelly Green thing. Again, maybe, like I said, that's a bad look at the old Namath ones. That's a dark action shot there, but yeah. Yeah, Yoham's saying that Keyshawn jersey is hunter green. Namath's jersey is Kelly green. You are welcome. The more you know. Yeah, hunter green. Yeah, when I think of hunter green, that's definitely not what I think of. But hey, I don't know colors as much as the next guy. So well said nonetheless. But appreciate that. Interesting. We've had some, again, the Jets history. I think I could pull that up. I think there's a thing for that. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. Jets jersey history. Let me see. I've seen an image of this before. Let's see. That's not what I was looking for, but I guess that'll do. Yeah, this says some of the journey continues. Saying, oh yeah, this has some of the years on it. So, okay, yeah, let's pull this one up. This is the Jets jersey history of recent note. All right, so I think I saw someone have this at their house. So you have those New York Titans, so it goes left to right in chronological order there. It doesn't have the latest versions of the jersey. And you can see it there. You got the New York Titans there for that one. Let's see, that was in 1960. The white stripe that goes all the way around, which was an easy love there. You see the white stripe there on 1965 version. You have the 1978 version, which are the two. I love this two solid green stripes on the sleeves. That's a very nice look in 1978. 1990, some slight alterations there. And then you go from the 94 to the 98, those bright colored jerseys. Yeah, when you see the 1965 one on here, you definitely get to see the Kelly green a lot richer there, which is nice. Yeah, the half stripes in 2005. I'm going to be honest, I did not love those uniforms. Did not. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that the most recent era was over. There was a big chunk of time we had. I don't know. We also remember memories, and the memories sometimes are really good for whatever the Jets jerseys are as well. So that's a nice one. Shout out to our boy Stephen Fox. Got to go. Have a good day. We'll be on for a little bit longer because we'll be back on, what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, we'll be back on live today at 11 o'clock. So we will have another show for you guys coming up today. We also have our weekly Jake Asman interview that'll also be coming up on the channel. You guys can check that out on my channel and the MC Show digital channel as well. So that'll be coming up on the program, which, by the way, let me check real quick. One more checkarooski here to see where we're at. How many subscribers are we up to on that channel? So on our MC Show digital channel, I'll throw this up on our screen real quick. All right, one momento. Here's another one. Let me share screen. So I've talked about this since the summer. But I told you now I'm working from home for a large part of my year. That was not always the case because I used to go to the radio station every day and I'd have to cut off the show because I'd have to get ready to drive through snow and everything else. But now our show is completely digital. It's called The Man Child Show at Boy Green. Well, digital. And so you guys can subscribe to the channel. We have 379 subscribers. We're doing a bunch of giveaways. Once we reach 400 subscribers, which we're 21 subscribers away. So if you guys are not subscribed to that channel right now, and there's a chance you guys aren't, subscribe to this channel right now. Let's see if we could do it in the middle of the show and get to 400. That'd be a great one. All we are is 21 subscribers away. That is youtube.com/MC Show Digital. I'll throw that on the screen real quick here as well. Here you go. YouTube.com/MC Show Digital. Go subscribe to that channel. So on my channel, Boy Green, right? We do a lot of giveaways on the channel, but you got to pay $3. Now, I don't think $3 is a lot, but, it gives you a chance to win some stuff. On the MC Show Digital channel, all of our giveaways are FREE. The only way the way to win the stuff for free is just subscribing to the channel, which, again, is free to do. So make sure you guys do that. It would be cool if we could do that in the middle of this show. So if you are not subscribed already, jump on over right now, youtube.com/MC Show Digital. We're doing some free giveaways at 400 subscribers, doing free giveaways at 500, 450, 425. So every milestone marker as we continue our climb towards monetization on that channel, we're doing free giveaways. So folks, come on now, let's go. Come on. Let's see if we could get there, baby. That is my digital radio show, and we talk Jets, We talk NFL. We have an NFL show with our PFF NFL analyst coming up on Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. So that's today at 11 o'clock. We do our Jake Asman interviews over there. So you guys can check out all the awesome interviews that we do. Now, there's some stuff that you guys may not care about. Giants, Bills, Survivor that we do Wednesday nights. But you guys can subscribe and watch what you want to watch. That's a cool part about that channel. So we have different playlists inside the Jets, inside fantasy football, inside this. So you guys can watch what you want. So make sure you guys jump on over, which would be great. Let me hit the old refresh button here, baby. We're up to 380. Okay, we just picked up another subscriber. Come on now. Let's start a train. Let's see if we can get this train rolling, baby. Come on. Let's freaking ride.
Who wanna fly with
There we go, baby. We're at 380 subscribers. We're 20 subscribers away from our next free giveaway. That is youtube.com/MC Show Digital. So let's friggin' go.
I'm going off the rails on a Mozzie train. There you go.
Let's see. I'll also post the link here on YouTube. Let me do that real quick. youtube.com/MC Show Digital. So I just dropped it in the YouTube comments section. So you should just be able to click that link I just dropped in there, and then that should teleport you over there as well here on the channel. That should be the easiest way to do it. So feel free to jump on that train, baby. And let's see, like I said, if we could get to it before the end of the show, that'd be amazing if we're able to get there. Trying to show some love to the MC Show Digital channel for you guys to jump on over. Yes, that link is now live, so you guys can do it as well. Let me. I was going to pin it, I guess, but I'll leave you guys to it. You guys can just go on and click that if you'd like, and send it on in. To join the Boy Green Coffee Club, if someone just asked that, for the membership link, that is in the YouTube description down below. For Chew and anyone else that needs it, it's always in the YouTube description down below. It says join the Boy Green Coffee Club, click it, and it will jump on right in, baby. So feel free. Here we go. All right. Well, 380, that's not bad. Like I said, we'll see if it goes over there. I click the link. It shows a monkey saying page can't be reached. I see. All right. I thought I had it. Oh, wait. Let me try this link. Let me do this. Sorry, folks. Let me try this one. All right. Now that should work. I just dropped a new link in there that has the @ sign in it. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. A purple monkey. Thank you, MSC, for the specific nature. Now, that link I just dropped in there should work. You guys let me know if that works for you guys to jump on over to the MC Show Digital. I just clicked it, and it jumped me over. So make sure. Oh, we're up to 382, baby. We're jumping. Let's freaking go.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
Okay, we're getting some movement. 382 subscribers now. Let's ride, baby. Let's keep growing that channel. Let's see. Again, once we reach 400 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway, baby. We're 18 subscribers away. It is free. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and then listen on the live shows, and that's when we do the giveaway. So if we get to 400 subscribers before the show at 11 o'clock, we will do that giveaway for a free item. It's an autographed baseball, but we have all kinds of items. We've got golf clubs. We're going to have some Jet stuff. So we're going to have all kinds of fun giveaways, which you guys can either keep the giveaway for yourself or you know what? Christmas is right around the corner. Get some of this cool stuff. I believe the 400 subscribers have Bobby Mercer autographed baseball from the former Yankee. And you guys can give that away as a Christmas gift if you want or whatever. All that is up to you out there in the universe. So, yes, again, make sure y'all subscribe to that beautiful channel, baby, and keep the love going. That'd be great. I'll keep answering some of your questions here. Yep, we're up to 382 now. Appreciate you, MFC. 382 on that. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. And sweet. Someone just subscribed with their new unbanned account. Excellent. So, yes, get family members and everything else. Feel free to jump on that and spread the love of those wonderful channels. That'd be terrific. And we'll keep seeing if we can grow the love here on the channel. That would be great. So, appreciate you guys for supporting all my work. like I said, whether it's this beautiful Jets exclusive channel or it's some of those channels where we do other content as well. Really appreciate it. Well, we'll put a bow on this puppy. Looks like we're not going to get to it live on the show. That's okay. I appreciate for the few people that jumped over on the train. But 382 ain't too shabby. We'll see if we can get to 400 subscribers throughout it. But I would also tell you guys this. If you guys want a chance to win all those prizes, one way you can do it is the fastest we get to, or the quicker we get to the 400, the quicker we do the giveaway. So feel free to recruit your friends and family to subscribe to that channel, and the sooner we get to 400, 500, 425, 450, the better off it'll be. So let us know that out there in the universe. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll be back on live at 11 o'clock talking all things NFL. Should be a good one. Thanks, everybody. God bless, and